Hi friends, welcome to Sanjo Convent School online classes. Students, in the last class we have discussed about some NCRT questions. The NCRT questions from page number 216. That was our discussion point in the last class. Today we are discussing the next topic, that is heating effect of electric current. Heating effect of electric current. We have studied the different effect of the electric current. It means, what is the effect? The meaning of this effect means, when the electricity is passing through any device, we are getting some result. According to that, we are calling that a particular effect. For example, when the when the current is passing through the bulb, or otherwise through a electric bulb or a tube light, when the electricity is passing, we are getting the light. So you can call that is the lighting effect of the electric current. And when the electricity is passing through the fan, it is rotating. So we are getting a movement there. So you can call that is a mechanical effect of the electric current. In the same way, we have studied about the electrolyte and all. There we saw one thing, when the electricity is passing through the electrolyte, that compound will be decomposed. So there is one chemical change is coming, so that it will be called as chemical effect of the electric current. The same way, one more very important effect is coming, students, that is when the electricity is passing through a conductor, there will be magnetic field around that conductor, which you can call as the magnetic effect of electric current. The same way, now we are discussing about our topic, that is heating effect of electric current. When the electric current is passing through any device, if it is producing the heat energy, or we are utilizing that electricity to produce the heat energy, then we can call that is the heating effect of the electric current. There are a lot of devices which are working on the principle of this heating effect of electric current. Filament bulb is one of the example for the device which is working on the basis of the heating effect of electric current. One another thing, electric fuse in our home or in our various devices, there are fuses are there. Different types of fuses you have studied in your 7th class and all. So these fuses also working on the basis of the heating effect of electric current. Electric heater, you may saw the electric heater, which is also working on the basis of the heating effect of electric current. So see students, when the electricity is passing through any device, there may be different result. On the basis of that result, we are giving the different names that I told you, may be lighting effect, may be magnetic effect, or otherwise chemical effect, or otherwise lighting effect, or otherwise mechanical effect, or otherwise heating effect. So here we are studying about the heating effect of the electric current. So what is heating effect of the electric current? For the definition, see, I am telling the definition of this one. When the electricity is passing through any device, if the electrical energy is converting to the heat energy, then that effect is called heating effect of the electric current. I will repeat, when the electricity is passing through any device, if the electrical energy completely converting into the heat energy, then that effect is called heating effect of the electric current. I will write that one here. When the electricity or when electrical energy, passing through any device, when electrical energy passing through any device, if the complete electrical energy is converting into heat energy, then that effect is called heating effect of electric current. 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 So this is the heating effect of electric current. Electricity is passing through any device. If the supplied electrical energy is completely converting into the heat energy, then that particular effect we can call as the heating effect of the electric current. Now see, there are some examples. Examples, students. Example number 1. Example, electric iron. Electric iron. That is for pressing the dresses and what we are using the electric iron. That device is working on the basis of the heating effect of electric current. For another example, second example, filament bulb you can take. Filament bulb. Or third one is electric heater. Electric heater. Different types of heaters are coming, students. One is room heater is there, or otherwise water heater is there. You may saw that kind of heaters. So this device is also working on the basis of the heating effect of electric current. So electric iron, filament bulb, electric heater. One more example you note down, that is electric fuse. Electric fuse. These are the some important devices which are working on the basis of the heating effect of electric current. Once again, students, we are discussing about the heating effect of electric current. What is heating effect of electric current? When the electric energy is passing through any device, if the supplied electrical energy is completely converting to the heat energy, then that effect is called the heating effect of electric current. There are some devices which is working on the basis of this heating effect of electric current. Number 1, electric iron, then filament bulb, electric heaters, then electric fuse. These are the some devices which are working on the basis of heating effect of the electric current. Now the next is, see students, now we want to calculate how much heat energy will be produced when the electricity is passing through a resistor or passing through any device. How much electricity will, how much heat energy it will be produced, that we want to calculate. For that one, we are doing these things. That means, students, first we will write the equation for the power. You have studied about the power. Power we have studied in the maths class, students. Power. What is power, students? Power is the rate of doing work. Rate of doing work, or the work done in a unit time is called power. The work done in a unit time is called power. This is, we have studied this definition in the 9th class. About the power we have studied there, and the rate of work is called power, or otherwise the work done in a unit time, it is called as the power. So work done in a unit time is called power, and there P is equal to W divided by T. This was the equation we studied there. And unit, SI unit you are remembering, watts. Watts is the SI unit of the power. Now listen, students, here we want to calculate the power of an electrical device. Power of an electrical device. So there, see, this is generally in the case of the physics, power is equal to work done in a unit time. So P is equal to W divided by T. This is the equation you want to use in your situations. But when you are calculating the power of an electrical device, here there are some changes is coming. Power of an electrical device. Power of an electrical device is equal to P is equal to we are having the equation W divided by T. But this W you want to change. W, how you can change these, students? We have already studied. V is equal to W divided by Q. What is that? See, potential difference, it is the work done on a charge to move from one point to another point. That was our discussion point first. In this chapter, first we have studied the two concepts, students. One is the voltage or potential difference. Second one was the current, I. So what was potential difference? Potential difference is the work done on a unit charge to move from one point to another point. And the equation we have studied, V is equal to W divided by Q. So from this equation you want to form the equation of the work. So this W will be equal to V into Q. And this W is equal to V into Q. This you have to substitute in this equation. So for the electrical devices, power will be equal to V into, instead of W, I am substituting VQ upon T. Now one more change, that is I is equal to, we have studied I is equal to Q upon T. I is equal to Q upon T. So here V is equal to Q upon T, that means I. So VI. So see students, power, this power is nothing, power is the VI. So in the case of the electrical devices, when you are calculating the power, how you will be calculating the power? Power you can calculate by simply multiplying the voltage and the current. V into I, it is giving the power. Once again students, how we made this equation? P is equal to W divided by T. So this W we have changed by using this equation, P is equal to W divided by Q. Then W is equal to V into Q, I is equal to Q by T. So power is equal to W divided by T. Instead of this W we have substituted VQ, and then VQ divided by T, where Q by T is I. So P is equal to V into I. So this is the power in the case of the electrical devices. Now one more thing students. Here we have to calculate, suppose you have to calculate the heat energy which is producing in a device or which is producing in a resistance when a particular amount of current is passing through it. So if you want to calculate that heat energy, for that what you can do is, see we know this is power is equal to VI. Okay. Now here, what is this power? Power is basically this work divided by time is equal to V into I. Okay. What is power? Power is basically W divided by T. So instead of power you write W divided by T equal to V into I. Now this T you carry to here. So W will be equal to V into I into T. So very important equation, and we have studied in the 9th class, work always will be equal to the energy. Work is always equal to the energy. So this is a work. So this work you can write in the form of energy, that is heat energy is equal to VI into T. That means VI power into time, that is giving the heat energy. See students, here the change is work equal to VIT. Then this work, in the case of physics, we have studied one concept in 9th class, work always will be equal to the energy. So how much is this energy? For that our answer is, this work we are directly changing to the H. That H means heat energy. Heat energy is equal to V into I into T. Where this VI part, this VI is power. So you can write students like this also, H will be equal to P into T. That means power into time, which is giving the heat energy. So if you want to calculate the heat energy producing by any device when a particular amount of current is passing through it, for that what you want to do? You want to do this calculation, H is equal to V into I into T, where H is equal to, or otherwise H is equal to P into T. Now see students, from this one important law we are making, that is the Joule's law. How we are making that one? See, H is equal to, we have made H is equal to V into I into T, V I T. H is equal to, that means heat energy produced in a device is equal to V into, that means potential difference into current into time. These three things you have to multiply so that you will be getting the heat energy produced in a device. Now here what you are doing is we are changing this V and I on the basis of this Ohm's law. V is equal to I into R. Is correct, students? On the basis of Ohm's law we have studied V is equal to I into R, and then instead of this V you substitute this one. So H is equal to I into I, sorry, IR into T. This is H is equal to I into I square R into T. Very important equation. That is H is equal to I square R into T. This important equation, this is we are calling as the Joule's law of heating, or Joule's law of heating. So according to the Joule's law of heating, it is telling this one, heat produced in a circuit or heat produced in a device is directly proportional to the square of the current, and it is directly proportional to the resistance, and it is directly proportional to the time. So if they are asking state the Joule's law of heating, then you have to write the statement like this: the heat produced in a device, the heat producing in a device is directly proportional to the square of the current, and it is directly proportional to the resistance, and it is directly proportional to the time. Okay, so these three things you have to write. So that law we can note down, that one, Joule's law of heating. So this all derivation you have to note down, students, and after that this equation, and then we will be make a note for this Joule's law. Joule's law. Okay, and this statement also you have to make. Joule's law of heating. Joule's law of heating states that heat produced in a resistor is the heat produced in a resistor is directly proportional to the square of the current for a given resistance. To the square of current. To the square of current for a given resistance. First point. Then second point is there. That second point is this one, directly proportional to the resistance of given current. Directly proportional to the resistance for a given current. Directly proportional to the resistance for a given current. Directly proportional to the resistance for a given current. And third point I am writing here, students. See that one. Point number third. The third point is this one. Directly proportional to the resistance for given. Third one. Directly proportional to the time for which the current flows. Directly proportional to the time for which current flows. This is we are calling as the Joule's law of heating. So once again students, we have derived and we got a equation H is equal to I square RT. On the basis of this equation, we are asking this question, states the Joule's law of heating. If question is like that, then what you want to write? According to the Joule's law of heating states that the heat produced in a resistance, the heat produced in a resistor is directly proportional to the square of the current for a given resistance. Directly proportional for a given current. Directly proportional for a given current. Directly proportional. One small mistake, students. Directly proportional to the resistance. Directly proportional. Directly proportional to the resistance for a given current. Directly proportional to the resistance for a given current. And third one is directly proportional to the time for which the current flows. So this is we are calling as the Joule's law of heating. So here we have derived this H is equal to I square R. Here one more change is there. H is equal to. Suppose in this equation you are changing the I. What is I? I is equal to V by R. Okay. So I is equal to V by R. So this is V into V by R into T. So this will be H is equal to V into V square divided by R into T. V square. Right here. See, this you can V into V square into T upon R. This is also one equation. So three equations we have studied. One is this one, V I into T. Or otherwise you can use this equation. Or otherwise you can use H is equal to V square T divided by R. So this is third equation. Okay. Or otherwise this equation also you can use. H is equal to directly power into time. So these all equations are applicable for calculating the heat produced in a device. So students, go through this all notes and write this all notes and complete your notebook. If you have any doubt, you can ask the doubt and clear that doubts. Okay. So Joule's law of heating is important and this complete derivation is also important. How we derived that you check in my that lecturing. Just pause that video and practice that one. Okay students, we will continue in the next lecturing. Thank you.